Alright guys, come with me. We're going to do a real quick 2-minute hammock review. Here we got your basic hammock. Over here we got the hammock stands. You usually need 2 of these to put your hammock up, but you know, sometimes you work with what you got. This is the fabric here, the orange. You sit in that part, and you want to make sure you get a nice arch there, because you know bananas sleep really well. You want to emulate that. You want to sleep like a banana. We got a little trash bag here on the bottom to keep the sticks off of you at night. Little critters might be kind of biting at you. It's like a little extra barrier there. We got a little sunshade here, you know, keep the sun off your face, you know. Works out real well. We got this big long skinny thing hanging above, and it works great, you know. So I think that pretty much wraps it up for this hammock review. Thanks for watching. Hey, SBO here. I'm Kevin Schill with you from the Colorado Trail. We're going to be doing segment 6 here with some extra special guests, so stay tuned.
So we're about a mile and a half into segment 6, and check this out, because segment 6 is not disappointing. Heading into the big mountains, but man, it's beautiful. Trail's soft. It's late in the afternoon. It's not, I mean, it's hot, but it's windy at least, and there's no humidity. So we're about probably like a mile from camp. So we're 3.1 miles into segment 6, and that's the end of our day today. That's a just under 15-mile day. Yeah, and like I said, we're 3.1 miles into segment 6, but as you can see behind me, a nice little aspen forest. But check out Bryce's setup. Bryce is going full cowboy and just out in this meadow by himself, and which will be pretty cool. I thought about taking these trees in here, but it's just really windy, so we're all kind of tucked back in there.
All right, what has Bryce got going on here?
Bryce, you gonna eat all that food today?
Bryce, what are you doing?
I'll eat it all. Oh, I'm just basking in all the food that I have left for the week.
Dude, you haven't even gone into those M&Ms yet.
No, that's 2 days from now.
Oh.
The last long day hiking. That's
Look at this. Haven't even busted into that yet. You're holding out.
Yeah, a little bit. Saving all the good stuff for the end.
Yeah. Very cool. Let's check out the camp.
Yo. Jesus.
Yeah.
Show them my new neighbors.
Oh yeah. The best is Bryce set up his tent, and we'll walk over there in this beautiful open like meadow, you know, surrounded by mountains. And these guys just drove in a truck and are setting up a huge canvas tent for this upcoming weekend. They're setting it up early, but Bryce had this whole spot all to himself in the meadow, and they just brought this canvas tent in. Luckily, he got all the pictures of his majestic campsite out of the way. But additionally, here's the water source we're dealing with. It's actually one of the nicer water sources that we've come across so far. Trail's pretty dry, and if it wasn't for Gut Hook, with people leaving tips about the water sources, we might have had some pretty sketchy situations. But yeah, this is a nice stream. Everybody got some sun today. Bryce, you got sun, didn't you?
Yeah, a lot. That's why I have my hood up still.
Yeah.
My hands got fried.
Red, you didn't get much sun today though, because you were covered.
Just a little here.
Yeah.
I got fried.
Yeah,
On my
your face
hands.
is fried. Yeah.
I got the watch tan going too.
Yeah, and then check out that farmer's tan right there.
It's Mountain Man tan.
Yeah.
That's what Bryce calls it.
Yeah.
It look like Mountain Man.
So maybe those outdoor
Jacked
research
tan.
sun gloves that everybody's using,
yeah.
maybe those are a good idea for this
Yeah,
trail.
if you were, I mean,
Yeah,
if you were every day out in it, you and I would like a calf sun thing. I don't know, my calves got fried today, but if you were doing this every day, yeah, you'd need some stuff.
So if you've been following us on Instagram, you've noticed we've tried a new
dehydrating meal. And this one is near and dear to our hearts. This is our grandma's Hungarian goulash recipe that my mom made, and we dehydrated it. And it turned out really well. So we're going to try it again tonight on the trail. Hopefully it turns out as good as it did in the kitchen, but it's just, meat, bacon, noodles, red, sauce. It's really delicious. So let's see how this works. Update on the goulash. Delicious. We'll give you a quick camp tour, finalized camp tour. So Andy and I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not, but it's really windy. So we got the tarps down. So I'm over there. He's over there. I know I've shown you Bryce's setup. Bryce has an excellent setup right out there in that field. It's pretty cool. And then Red is back in there. It's kind of hard to see him in there. So we're kind of all over, and there's a nice creek back here, which is awesome. Also, I don't know if we've gotten into what we're doing tomorrow, but tomorrow is easily going to be the most challenging day of hiking. So we have 14 miles to cover tomorrow. The first 9, I think, are like, you go up at least 2,000 feet or 2,200 feet. So like a 9-mile, 2,000 foot plus climbs to start the day. So that will be terrible. But after that, we have like 5 miles just straight downhill in the camp. So it will be our highest day out there.
We are going to be doing 14 miles tomorrow. And what's pretty cool about tomorrow is we'll hit the highest point that we've hit on the CT so far. It'll be a little over 11,000 feet. And then also what's interesting, according to the guidebook, the CT meets up with the Continental Divide Trail, so that'll be pretty cool. We'll get to see the CDT for a little bit tomorrow. I think we hike on it for a few miles. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, segment 6 is starting out strong with views. Very strong.
I cannot tell you how much nicer it is waking up. And it's like in the mid 50s versus yesterday it was in the mid 30s. And we're only like 400 feet lower in elevation, but we're not like up in the mountains. We're kind of out and like where the mountains meet the meadows. So it's a much warmer. It's so much nicer. Getting up when it was 34 yesterday was unexpected and terrible. All right, we're up. We're at it. Big day today. What's your breakfast today, Andy?
Breakfast skillet.
For the climb?
For the climb.
I bet I know what Bryce is having. He's having oatmeal.
You know it.
What flavor?
Strawberries and cream.
Tell us about the animals you heard last night.
Oh, I heard some bugling. Definitely heard some cows and coyotes a couple times too.
It's a wild, wild west out there.
Yeah, it is. I'm making a scoop now.
Oh, he was anti-scoop at first when he first got here.
Sold me on the scoop.
Just do
Up
it.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the larger the scoop, the better.
Yeah, the higher you cut that up, the less scooping you'll have to do.
Cool.
Oh, and he's got that Morin knife. Oh, yeah.
Doing some bushcrafting out here.
Nice. He's using what the land gave him. Well, what the Forest Service gave him. Walk out of camp. Oh, man. This is like the Buffalo Plains. Look at this.
Just look how beautiful this morning walk is so far. Single track dirt road or dirt trail. Super comfortable on your shoes and your feet. And we're probably heading up into those today. All right, so we just came to a beautiful stream 3 miles in, and this is kind of the last solid water source before the aggressive uphill.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
Which starts now, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you climb, you get rewarded at least. And we are about 2 miles into this 6-mile climb, about 10,400 feet. And we're just now kind of getting a glimpse of what we're going to be dealing with. So we got another 1,500 feet, so you got to think we're going to be going up into that stuff. How you feeling?
Feel pretty good.
I feel really good, man.
Yeah.
Took the tailwind, the caffeine. There he is. How cool is this?
Oh, this is nice.
At least you get rewarded for all this work.
Yeah.
We are just over 11,000 feet and it's starting to thin out. Oh yeah, there's a real peak up there. This climb has not been bad though. It's graded really well. You're in the trees most of it. So it's not bad.
No.
But Georgia Pass, here we come. Getting to the top of the pass. So you can see the trail kind of winds up and slices over, and then right up there, it zips back across. And we're at 11,200 feet right now. The final push to the top, about another 1.5 miles. But man, we are up there. And it's beautiful. I mean, we're really getting almost above tree line. Not really. I don't even know if we actually will be, because I see trees up there.
Heading up to Georgia Pass. Getting closer. Got 1 mile left till the summit. But look at this view. Can't beat that.
Top of the pass, not a bad climb at all. Really not. So now we get to go downhill. You can see Breckenridge off in the distance, and the ski resort there. But now we got a smooth 5-mile downhill. That's what I like to see. Looky, looky what we found. There it is. So here it is. All right. So this is literally, we're on the CDT for about 4 feet. Or does it keep running? Oh, it keeps running. Never mind. CDT runs down through here. That's pretty cool. So we just did Georgia Pass. It was nice. We're looking for a place to stop. It's almost 1 and we've been going nonstop since breakfast, but it's all downhill now, which is what I like to hear. So this descent off of Georgia Pass is freaking amazing. Downhill, lush, easy on the feet, tons of campsites. Wow, look at that. I wonder what mountain that is. That's a big boy.
That's Mount, I don't want to climb it.
That's Mount way too high. But here's a look at the trail. Well, we have arrived at camp for the night, and this is easily the best camp we've been at, I would say. I'll show you around. For starters, we got water right here. We got nice flowing water, which is awesome. And then just this beautiful little like meadow area. And the people were nice enough to build us a table.
Card games.
Yeah, little table. We got a Mondo fire ring. Got benches everywhere, hammock everywhere. We got beautiful. Oh, this is a sweet campsite, man.
Good view.
Great view. So we're here about a 13.5 mile day. Not too bad. We're gonna get set up and get water and get comfy. We're getting set up at camp here, but this is like my favorite place to hang is right here. Right up against that stream. Just babbling brook all night.
I gotta say something about how
Little taste of grandma tonight.
Yeah? What do you get there?
I'll make goulash.
Oh, it's a lot of goulash!
And you made why do you make these monster portions? You did that with the stroganoff.
We're in the Rockies. Alright, so Bryce is setting up a shot right now. So I'm using that time to steal his shot and show you it. It's our camp dinner setup. Did we go through the dinners already? I don't know. Red, what are you having?
Buffalo Mac.
Buffalo Mac.
Yeah.
I'm sure Bryce is having chicken and ramen.
Yeah, he's dehydrating chicken.
And as we know, Andy's having the goulash, the experimental goulash, Mark 1. I'm having Mountain House chicken and dumplings. Okay, what's the update?
Oh man, this goulash is so good.
It's good. It's filling.
Yeah.
Bryce, you want? Bryce has
I'm
been...
just tired of hearing about Hungarian goulash.
You know, Bryce,
Get yourself some.
Am I supposed to try it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to try it.
With your little sporky. Make sure you get some beef in there. There you go.
He's shaking his head.
Dude, they're so good. Wow. Wow.
Good morning from the best hammock site ever. Slept great. Had this babbling stream behind me all night. It was fantastic. It's freezing cold. It's 34, which sucks, but whatever. We're prepared for it. You just get these, effectively 80-degree swings in temperature during the day. Oh my god, it's so cold. I'm gonna go get the food. We have been having pretty terrible food hangs all week. They've been really bad. No excuses. We've just been lazy, and there have been no signs or reports of bears or anything. But we've hung our food at least, and hung our toiletries and everything all night. But that's not a good hang. It's right close to the trees, so a bear could just climb up there and get it. Got the boys over here. Everyone looks pretty toasty.
Do they?
You don't. In those shorts.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. It's a bit drafty.
Yeah, the sun's almost here. What do we got for breakfast? Let me guess. Oatmeal? Bread? I don't even know.
Probably more of that brownie mix.
Brownie mix?
Biscuits and gravy.
Oh, nice. That's what I'm having. Quick update. We got some coffee, and the sun is starting to come through, so things are looking up. It's late for us, though. It's like 8:40. We're usually on the trail by now, but everyone's moving slow because it's so freaking cold. Andy is back there.
Standing in the sun.
I'm telling you, these Enlightened Equipment quilts make great little snuggies. Look at him back there, blue monster. So we're gonna get packed up. Today's hike, there's one climb in a couple miles, like a 1,000-foot climb, and that's the last climb of the trip, and then it's all downhill. So the beginning of the end of the Colorado Trail of segment 6, but segment 6 has been pretty sweet so far. I think segment 5 is still my favorite, but I don't know.
Segment 2 was really nice.
Segment 2 was cool. It was like desert mountain hiking. It was very different than what we were used to. Okay, time to get up, get out of here, and Bryce.
What's up, man?
We gotta show you guys what Bryce is rocking here if I can figure out how to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's on today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Let's get hiking.
Let's
get hiking. Coming down this little breakfast climb. But man, food bags are really small. Packs are feeling really light. So it's really nice. And going through another pine forest here. We're gonna walk past the Keystone, the ski resort today, which would be really cool. Andy and I have skied there many times. Making our way still through segment 6, and look at all, just hiking through these meadows. It's just stunning. It's about 11 a.m. We got a super late start, but man, it's worth it. Hiking through these pine forests. It's pretty dense down here. We're sitting at about 10,100 feet, so pretty high. Pretty cool landmark here. This is Keystone Ski Resort, and you can see way up there, chairlift. And I forget what peak this is. Andy and I have skied here a lot, and we've effectively gone up to that bowl area right there and skied the back of it. It's pretty nice. It's weird seeing it in the summer though. There's a great lodge at the bottom of that chairlift that has great beer, I remember. We got our first sign of the end. So that right there is Breckenridge, the ski resort. And our town is right at the base. Pretty nice. So we now have a big descent. We're above 11,000 right now, but we kind of meander north and then come back that way. Another great shot there of Andy with Breckenridge and the ski resort there to our right. We're just making our way down this climb. We're about 10,600 feet, and we climbed down to, I don't know, below 9 somewhere. But wow, here we go. Look at this. Look at this right here. Wow. That's a good shot. Summit County. Well, about 12 and a half miles into to the day, and it's about 4 p.m. So they're all stopping, and we are only about 3 miles from the end. And a buddy of mine who lives in Breckenridge, who I was going to stay with tomorrow night, is available tonight and said, come on out. So it's 4 p.m. I'm chewing off the last 3 miles of this hike today. We will debrief later with Andy. This is easily the best backpacking trip I've ever been on. There's so much to talk about, so much to debrief, but we'll do it with Andy. For now, I'm getting out of the mountains, getting a beer. Well, we are back home in Ohio. We've been off the trail for about a week and a half now, and we did this last year with our Isle Royal trip. Kind of did like a debrief, lessons learned about the trip. So we're gonna do that again. We've been off. We had time to reflect, and there's certainly some things we learned and things we would probably do differently. So for starters, I think some things that surprised me about the trail is it really is exposed. It's more exposed than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And it was drier and windier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, you know it was weird too.
Dusty.
It was weird doing a whole trip with your feet dry.
Yeah, that's right. Our feet were dry the whole time.
Yeah.
Everything was dry.
Yeah, it was nice.
Definitely one thing we kind of talk about in our videos, but gaiters are certainly, I think, a necessity there. I don't know. It's very dusty and pebbly.
Yeah, it keeps all the grit off of your socks. So.
So in terms of the environment, like it's drier, windier, dustier than we thought it would be. It's a desert. I mean, it's a desert. It's where the plains meet the mountains. That's like the first segment of the trail, so it's a desert.
Yeah, it's kind of scary to think how dry it is there, and like we totally agree with the fire bans, by the way.
Oh, we had no fires at all.
Yeah, it's scary about how dry it was and how much just like tinder there is lying around. That's like a new thing for us. So, pretty dangerous stuff if you get a fire out there.
Yeah. Another, just like the Colorado Trail in general, we couldn't recommend it enough.
Yeah, we got some comments from some people talking about how they would be afraid to go do something like that.
No, the Colorado Trail is like built for tourists. I mean, it's so easy if you don't know the area like us. Like the segments all have their own access points. There's people all over. You're never you're never isolated that much. It's a really good trail for people to get introduced to Colorado, I think.
And the grades are really nice.
It's easy.
The climbs are really long, and the grades are really gentle, and the downhills aren't aggressive.
No, hiking in Zaleski is harder hiking than that.
Yeah.
Now, the elevation makes a huge difference, obviously.
Right.
But without the elevation, I think a day in Zaleski is much harder than what we would do. Now, granted, I think it gets harder as you get more into the mountains.
Yeah, we had one day where we looked at the elevation and we're like, it's a 9-mile climb, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is going to suck. But it wasn't bad at all, just because it's a nice, easy uphill. There's some steep stuff, sure. But in general, the grade's really friendly, and it wasn't bad at all. So... hiking is easy. It's easy.
One thing that kind of surprised me, I guess you're in the desert, but there's not a lot of water on the segments we hiked.
Not this time of year.
Not this time of year. Like, we're in Ohio, you don't have to worry about water anywhere. But here, like, there'd be 10, 15 mile stretches where you don't have any water. So it takes some foresight. Now, he used the Gut Hook app, which I think worked really well. So that's probably, would you recommend that?
Yeah, I used the Gut Hook app in combination with the Colorado Mountain Trail
guidebook, the pocket guide. So the pocket guide,
Everybody had those out there.
yeah, everybody had them. Super helpful. The nice thing about Gut Hook is there was a few sections of the trail where there were some split offs from some other trail systems, and it wasn't really well marked. So there's a few times when GPS was nice to have, but mainly I used the Gut Hook to compare it to the water sources on the guidebook, and then people would basically leave notes or comments if that water source was running or not, and that's how we planned our day.
Yeah.
So that Gut Hook was very, very nice. And of course, you could do the whole thing with Gut Hook. You don't need the guidebook. I thought the guidebook was amazing and super helpful, and I can't recommend that more. But you could definitely do it with Gut Hook alone.
So one thing I was thinking about, and this happened at Isle Royal too, the temperature swings were much greater than we planned for. We were fine, but like it got down into the lower 30s at some of the nights, and that was not on the forecast at all.
Yeah, that was our bad. Of course, we were prepared for it.
Yeah, we were fine.
I mean, to be honest, on those, I didn't know that it was going to get into the 30s. I didn't expect that. My only regret is I didn't have some gloves.
Yeah, gloves would have been nice.
But may do.
We were fine. I mean, we were in temperatures from 30 to like 85. So like there's just a massive swing in temperature. So just know that. That's kind of how that environment is. So plan accordingly.
Yeah, it's like people talk about like the temperature swings in the mountains of like, night is going to drop 10 to 15 degrees.
Oh, it dropped like 30 degrees, 40 degrees.
Like right when the sun started setting, just cool breezes just came in, and it was just temperature just immediately started plummeting. I actually like even thought about not even bringing my puffy on this, but then it was just like the puffy was the lightest, but that would have been
the puffy.
That would have been a huge mistake. So yeah. We were definitely prepared. We had good, we had our 20-degree sleep systems.
Yeah, it was fine.
But looking back at it, I didn't think it would get that cold.
Now, logistically speaking, the trail is awesome. It's very easy. You could we started at segment 2. You could start at segment 1 that's even closer to Denver. I mean, you're seriously like 10 or 15 miles from the train stop from the airport in segment 1. So I think it logistically, it's a great trail.
Yeah.
It's nice. There's trash at a lot of the segment heads.
Yeah, so you can drop off.
So we were able to dump trash a couple times, which on a 7-day trip makes a big deal. But in logistically camping, there's campsites everywhere.
Yeah, there's good campsites marked in the guidebook. There's good campsites in Gut Hook, and most of the Colorado Trail, at least the segments we did, you can pretty much camp anywhere right off the trail. There are some restrictions here and there, but a lot of the good sites are marked on maps and on Gut Hook, but there was so many more that were, we just
There were a lot more that weren't on there,
yeah. And so one thing I noticed too, which was nice about the Colorado like backpacking community, there's not like trash everywhere.
Oh, it was nice.
We had like one instance, and that's in the video.
It's not like Ohio where there's
not beer
garbage everywhere.
There's not beer cans in the fire rings.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really clean,
Yeah,
and we really appreciated that. It was a nice breath of fresh air. So people, in my opinion, people who are on the Colorado Trail are a little bit more conscious about it. While there were like we did encounter lots of people, lots of day hikers and mountain bikers.
A lot of mountain bikers.
In general, though, when it comes to like camping, we never saw anybody when we were camped. So
we never ran into issues like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't feel like we were constantly surrounded by people. We definitely felt isolated. Especially when we were camping, so that was nice. But it was also, it was cool to see some other people out on the trail. Kevin and I
We didn't see that many backpackers.
No, we didn't see that many backpackers.
I don't know if we saw like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, we saw a lot, and this is new for us. We saw a lot of people like bike packing.
Bikepacking was
the Colorado
huge
Trail
out there,
and that is cool. So. It blows my mind that some of these bike packers are going up all these switchbacks. It's pretty intense. So.
Also, logistically, we got some questions during our live stream of how we got back to Denver from the end. We had our wives actually came out and did a little trip of their own, and they drove us back from Breckenridge to the airport. But there are
There are resort
Search.
shuttles that will do that for you. So
I think it was like between like 60, 70
it's like 60 to 70 bucks a person.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be less than that because that's a round trip.
Yeah, and when we got into Breckenridge, like Kevin said, we spent a day in Breckenridge, and we got an Airbnb, so that's what we did when we got there.
We'd recommend doing that too.
Yeah.
So I think everything said, I mean, fantastic trip. Could not recommend the Colorado Trail enough. We'll definitely be going back and doing more segments of it.
Yeah.
I think it's it's easy. It's logistically easy. The grade's not that bad.
And the views and the
views are
environment,
great.
environment is amazing. Just prepare for the extreme circumstances, like the weather fluctuations, the lack of water in certain places, and besides that, it's a super user friendly trail.
So that's gonna wrap it up for all the videos on this Colorado Trail trip, but we'll be back at some point to finish it up. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you are planning on hiking the Colorado Trail and you have any questions, you're always welcome to put them in the comments below or email us. We'd be happy to help. But that's it for this year's final big trip. We've got some more fall trips because fall is our favorite time to backpack.
Yeah, can't wait
Ohio fall.
Yeah, can't wait for fall to get here. So yeah, we have some other things lined up that we're hammering out the details on.
So that's it. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see everyone in the next one.
Thanks.